Have you ever woken up feeling like you barely slept at all? Like your body's running on fumes, even after a full night in bed? You're not alone. So many of us over 60 notice that sleep just doesn't stick the way it used to. We toss and turn, wake up at 3 a.m. for no reason, or drag ourselves through the day feeling like we've aged 10 years overnight. But here's the thing, poor sleep isn't just annoying, it's quietly aging your body and mind faster than you realize. See, when we don't get enough deep sleep, our cells can't repair themselves as well. Our brains get foggy. Our energy plummets. And over time, that exhaustion adds up, making us feel older than we truly are. But the good news? It's never too late to reclaim those restful nights and vibrant days. In this video, I'm sharing 3 simple, science-backed fixes to help you restore deep sleep and wake up feeling refreshed, energized, and ready to embrace life again. Let's start with the first step, and trust me, this one's as easy as stepping outside. Your body has a built-in clock called your circadian rhythm. It's like a gentle conductor, orchestrating when you feel awake and when you feel sleepy. But as we get older, this rhythm can get out of tune. Maybe you've noticed you're wide awake at midnight or nodding off too early in the evening. The fix? Let's reset that internal clock with a little help from nature's oldest alarm system, sunlight. Here's the secret, within an hour of waking up, try to get 10 to 15 minutes of natural light. Even on a cloudy day, that morning sunlight sends a powerful signal to your brain, hey, it's time to start the day. Now, I know what you're thinking, mornings are busy. But this doesn't have to be complicated. Enjoy your coffee by an open window. Take a short stroll to check the mail. Or sit on the porch and listen to the birds. The key is consistency. Do this every day, and within a week or two, you'll notice it's easier to fall asleep at night and stay asleep. And if you're thinking, but I'm not a morning person, don't worry. Start small. Even 5 minutes counts. Your body will thank you. Now, let's talk about evenings. Because what you do before bed is just as important as your morning routine. Think of your body like a vintage car, it needs time to cool down before you park it for the night. That means creating a peaceful transition from go to slow and steady. About an hour before bed, start dimming the lights. Swap out screen time, yes, even the news or your favorite show, for something calming. Maybe read a book, listen to soft music, or jot down a few thoughts in a journal. And here's a pro tip, try a warm, caffeine-free drink like chamomile tea or golden milk. It's like a hug for your nervous system. If you're thinking, but I've tried all this before, give it time. Your body's been adapting for decades, it might take a few weeks to relearn these rhythms. And be patient with yourself. One viewer, Margaret, told me she started reading mystery novels instead of scrolling through her phone, and now she falls asleep faster than her cat. These 2 fixes, morning light and evening wind downs, are like the foundation of a house. Without them, the rest of the structure wobbles. But with them, you're building a solid base for deeper, more restorative sleep. And the best part? They cost nothing. No fancy gadgets or miracle cures, just you, the sun, and a little intentionality. Now, I know change can feel overwhelming. But think of this as a gift to your future self. A gift of energy. Of clarity. Of waking up feeling like you again. And when you're ready, there's one more powerful step we can take together, one that ties all of this into a lasting rhythm. But for today, start here. Try these tips. Notice the small shifts. And remember, every great journey begins with a single step, or in this case, a single sunrise. You know, there's a saying I love, motion is lotion. And it's true, especially when it comes to sleep. Think back to when you were younger. Maybe you spent hours gardening, dancing, or chasing after grandkids. Your body was made to move. But here's the problem, as we get older, we often slow down, not because we want to, but because life nudges us toward comfy chairs and quieter days. And without realizing it, that lack of movement can quietly steal our sleep. Now, I'm not talking about running marathons or lifting weights. This third fix is all about gentle, intentional movement, the kind that reminds your body it's still alive, still capable, still thriving. Let me tell you about my neighbor, Frank. Frank's 72 and swore he'd never exercise a day in his life. But after years of restless nights, his doctor suggested something simple, a 10-minute walk after breakfast. Just 10 minutes. Guess what happened? Within 2 weeks, Frank was falling asleep 20 minutes faster and staying asleep longer. He told me, "I feel like I oiled my joints and rebooted my battery." Science backs this up. Gentle movement during the day, like walking, swimming, or even chair yoga, helps regulate stress hormones, tires your muscles just enough, and deepens your sleep cycles. But timing matters. Aim to move earlier in the day, like mid-morning or afternoon. Evening exercise can sometimes wire you awake, especially if it's too vigorous. Start small. If a walk feels daunting, try stretching while watching TV. Or march in place during commercial breaks. Even 5 minutes counts. The goal isn't to break a sweat, it's to remind your body it's still in the game. And here's a bonus, movement boosts your mood, too. Double win. One viewer, Helen, shared that joining a weekly Tai Chi class not only helped her sleep but also connected her with new friends. She said, "We're all stiff as boards, but we laugh our way through it, and I sleep like a rock afterward." Now, let's address the elephant in the room, pain. Maybe your knees creak or your back protests. Believe me, I get it. The key is to work with your body, not against it. Water aerobics, recumbent biking, or even slow dancing in your living room, these are all golden. And if pain keeps you up at night, gentle movement during the day can actually ease stiffness. It's like giving your body a whisper, "Hey, we've got this." Remember Margaret, the mystery novel fan? She paired her evening reading with 5 minutes of shoulder rolls and deep breathing. Nothing fancy, just circling her shoulders forward and back while she read. She told me, "It's like I'm unraveling the day's tension, stitch by stitch." So here's your challenge. Tomorrow, find one moment to move. Maybe it's swaying to a favorite song while the coffee brews. Or parking a little farther from the store. Or even rolling your ankles while you're on the phone. This isn't about adding another chore to your day. It's about weaving movement into the life you're already living. And if you're thinking, "But I'm tired," trust the process. Movement begets energy. Start small, stay consistent, and soon you'll notice a shift. Not just in your sleep, but in how you feel when you're awake. Morning light, evening calm, gentle movement, these 3 fixes are like ingredients in a recipe. Alone, they're helpful. Together, they're transformative. But here's the secret no one tells you, progress isn't a straight line. Some nights you'll sleep like a log, others, you'll toss and turn. That's normal. What matters is showing up for yourself, day after day, with kindness and patience. You've made it this far in life, through late-night feedings, hectic jobs, raising families. You know how to endure. But this isn't about enduring. It's about reclaiming. Rediscovering what it feels like to wake up refreshed, to have energy for the moments that matter, whether that's playing with grandkids, tending your roses, or finally tackling that project you've been dreaming about. You know, when I first started focusing on my sleep, I'll admit, I felt a little impatient. I wanted results yesterday. But here's what I've learned, good sleep isn't a sprint, it's a slow, steady walk through your favorite park. It's about savoring the journey, not rushing to the finish line. We've talked about 3 simple fixes: morning sunlight to reset your rhythm, evening calm to ease into rest, and gentle movement to remind your body it's alive. Together, they're like a symphony, each note matters, but it's the harmony that creates magic. Now, maybe you're thinking, but what if I slip up? Let me tell you about my friend, Ray. Ray's 68 and swore he'd never stick to a routine. One day, he'd bask in the morning sun, the next, he'd binge TV till midnight. But instead of giving up, he started celebrating the good enough days. Some light in the morning? When? A 5-minute stretch? When? Slowly, those wins added up. Now? He says he sleeps so soundly, his snoring could power a small generator. Progress isn't about perfection. It's about showing up, even when life gets messy. Miss a morning walk? That's okay. Try again tomorrow. Your body remembers kindness, not deadlines. Here's a trick I use: jot down one tiny victory each day. Did you sip tea instead of scrolling before bed? Write it down. Take a lap around the backyard? Write it down. These pages aren't just notes, they're proof that you're choosing yourself, bit by bit. So many of you have shared your stories. Carol sent me a photo of her sunrise coffee spot, a folding chair by her garage. Not glamorous, she wrote, but it's mine. And Tony told me he dances to Elvis every afternoon, hips and all. My grandkids think I'm nuts, he said, but I sleep like a teenager again. The truth is, aging isn't about loss. It's about refinement. Like a well-loved book, your story gets richer with time. And restful sleep? It's the quiet undercurrent that lets you live that story fully, with energy, clarity, and joy. So, my friends, as we wrap up, I want you to remember this: every small step you take toward better sleep is a seed planted. Water it with patience. Give it light. And trust that growth is happening, even when you can't see it yet. Before you go, I'd love to hear from you. What's one small change you've tried? Or maybe a victory, no matter how tiny, that made you proud? Drop a comment below. Let's inspire each other. And if this video resonated with you, pass it along to a friend or family member. We're all in this together. Thank you for spending this time with me. Don't forget to hit like if you found this helpful, and subscribe for more tips on thriving, not just surviving, as we age. Remember, life isn't about counting the years. It's about making the years count. Here's to your deepest sleep and brightest days yet.